Wow. Okay. Wow. Thank you for joining. Pastor Faith, how you doing? Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for joining. Okay. Wow. Thank you so much. First lady. Who has joined now? Now this is going to be a very, very, very interesting conversation. Okay. Very, very, very interesting conversation. Trust me. It's going to be fun. Chairman himself.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm very fine.
Yeah.
Chairman himself. The CEO. Ah, Baba. Ọwọ́ méjì for your call.
I remain loyal, sir. I
Wow.
remain loyal.
Wow. Wow. It's going to be a very, very interesting conversation. Trust me. So please, wherever you are joining from, I want you to put it in a comment section. Wherever you are joining from, please kindly put it in a comment section. Okay. I think, all right, great. So just put it in the comment section, wherever you are joining from. And I want you to do me a favor. It's going to be very interesting, of course, being with this great man. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh my God. Wow. I don't know. I don't know what I just think. I don't know what I've done that brought this caliber of people into this conversation. But I just believe that we need to eat it straight off. Yeah. So follower, thank you so much for joining us. It's going to be very interesting. Please put it in a comment section wherever you are joining from. Just put it in the comment section. And if you have a question, I want you to just put it out there so that we'll be able to, attend to it. Listen to me. These are caliber of leader in fact, they are all CEOs. They are doing fantastic in their fields, and trust me, it's going to be very, very great. Yeah, once again, I want to welcome you to this very interesting conversation. Thank you, the CEO of Kingsley. Thank you so much, the chairman himself. Thank you very, very much for joining. Abi now. The CEO, look at him, the way he was sitting down, you know that it has to be.
The positioning save it all.
It's work, yo. It's work, yo. It's work, yo.
Oh my goodness. And the renowned creative director of Femi Image, the man of God himself. The man of God himself is joining me also live. Thank you so very much. Thank you very much. And Baba, in fact, if I want to put together the I was listening to your message on Sunday. It was something else.
Wow.
Something else. You see, people are just. I was just telling you, these people are just. I don't know. I don't know where Pastor Ade just saw all of us. That he can just throw us to anywhere, and then we make it. Thank you so much, Mr. Okwe,
Thank you. Good
the
to be here.
assistant director of Life Page. Thank you so much for joining. Yes. Okay. where do we begin from now? Okay, just give a word to the follower following us now. Just give a word. Maybe let me start from them, Mr. Shion. Okay, come on.
All right, thank you so very much, and good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are joining us from, everywhere around the world. It's a great privilege to be live with you, hosted by my good friend and covenant brother, Pastor Sheyi Sholesi. It's been a journey, right? It's been over 10 years of friendship, of bonding, of adding values and sharing ideas and opportunities together. And I believe that this night is also going to be a great one for us again to rub
Definitely.
lives together. You know, Bible says that iron sharpens iron, and the deep
Definitely.
calls onto the deep. You understand? So we are going to be sharpening ourselves once again to be much better and much and to be ready for the future and take over. And I want to welcome everybody wherever you are, anywhere in the world, to this live section. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Because if we leave you now, I can just give you 1 hour. Oh my God. Do you know our father is here? Oh my
Yes,
goodness,
so
our pastor. Can we
good
give a
evening,
Papa,
sir.
good
shout
to see you,
out
sir.
to Pastor
Good evening,
Adeoye?
sir. Good
Thank you.
evening, sir. It's good to
Good
see
to
you,
have
sir.
you on this platform,
Thank
Papa.
you so
God bless
much
you, sir.
for your investment in our life. Okay. Pastor Femi, just give a word to the followers. So before we just keep stars.
In fact, I actually came to fellowship. I came to fellowship, and I believe that whoever is on this platform tonight will be able to pick 1 or 2 things that will be beneficial to their personal life and personal growth. But in this gathering tonight, I'm just here to fellowship. Unfiltered. Unfiltered.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, good to be here. I mean, so excited. I'm here to learn as well, and to share some of the few things that we have been able to gather by privilege. So, I mean, I've been looking forward to tonight since morning. So here we are.
Definitely. Thank you once again for it's actually a short notice, and we're able to put this together. It's really a brilliant one. That's why if you are connected and you have a very good friend, this can only happen when you are connected with one another. Thank you so very much. So once again, whatever you are joining, please put it in the comment section and then write some questions you want to ask any one of them, so we'll be able to tackle it. So let's go straight to the point. So life lessons, why do we come up with life lessons? We believe that life is full of lessons, and there are things that we learn based on our personal experience that can help other people to navigate life. So because we are we are we are we are our glory is in our story. Whatever we have achieved in life has to do with our story, what we have learned over the years, and what has worked for us. Not only what has worked for us, the things that didn't even work for us could also be a lesson for us to learn from. So we'll be going to be talking about this generally. Of course, I have some questions to ask generally. So the first question I want to ask is a general question which I want each and every one of us to actually talk about. Number one is what pivotal lesson life event taught you the most important lesson? What pivotal life events taught you the most important lesson, and what was the lesson? Because I believe life is full of lessons. For you to get to where you are, for you to be doing the great things you are doing, you have learned something, and those things are very important. I don't know the person to start. Maybe Pastor Femi, please, can you start for us? Then each and every one of us will be able to pick from.
Thank you very much for this question. Wow. What pivotal life event taught me the most important lesson? Mm, There are several lessons we have gathered, in the space of time, walking through life. If you are walking through life and you are not gathering lessons, then you are not a student. And we are all supposed to, have a mindset of a student. The first thing I think I would say is one of the most pivotal lessons I've learned in life is that your life is more important than any other thing.
Hmm.
Your life as a person is more important than any other thing. Whatever you want to do in life, whatever your dream is, whatever your aspiration is, whatever desire you have, you need to be alive to fulfill them.
Mm.
Therefore, don't jeopardize your life. Don't risk your life. Some people, they can take any type of risk just to get money. The question I have is this: if you make that money and you're no longer alive, of what use is that money? So you need to place premium value on your personal life, because that is what every other thing you want to be or you will ever be is hinged upon. And Bible put this in a very wonderful way. It says, to them that is joined with the living, there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. If you're a lion and you are dead, you are useless. So you need to be alive. When you are alive, then your hope is alive. But without being
Wow.
alive, if you risk your health, you risk your life, it doesn't just worth it. So you are the most important person in life, and you should place premium value on your own life.
Mm.
You see,
Premium
what that that
premium
that
value. Yeah. Okay.
that
What?
thing that you said, I always have a quote that I always say to people, that you should prioritize your life above every other person. That you come first in your life. You understand? You come first. So if you are selfish about your life, then it's normal. Do you understand? It's normal, because I realize that a lot of people that prioritize other people's life above their life, most of the time they end in regrets. You understand? That's when you start hearing, after all I've done for my family, after all I've done for so person, after all I've done for you, after all the sacrifices. Pastor used to tell us something in church, that okay, you cannot be down and pull somebody
Def-
else up.
Definitely.
It takes somebody that is up to
Definitely.
help somebody, to help the person down, to help that person up. So it's so funny that people would even go as far as even borrowing money on behalf of some other people. You understand? And the same money, probably they don't even need up to that to even move their life to the next level and to the next stage. You get? So at a point you have to be selfish, right? Especially when you are just growing. Do you understand?
In fact,
Exactly.
what you are saying
Especially.
is that when Bible says love your neighbor, he ended it by saying, "As yourself."
As
There is no
yourself,
love
it has to be
more than
it
you
has to
don't
be
love yourself
yourself.
in the first place.
Yes,
So very
yourself in the first
important.
place.
That means above anything that a lesson that you have learned is life is it is a precious gift. If
Of
it's
course.
taken from you, everything you want to do, your dreams, your visions, the people that you really want to die for, everything will be gone because there is no
It's
life.
not
It is
worth
in
it.
this life we are going to marry. It's in this life
Mm-hmm.
we're going to make money. So
Mm-hmm.
life is premium. I want to
It's
thank you
premium.
for that. And for everybody listening, that is it. Life is premium. And you have to put a premium price on your own life. Because if you don't put a premium price on your life, nobody will ever do
Now,
so. So
Mm-hmm.
it's very important. So
having said this, it is important for you to also know that whatever you are going through is temporal.
Of
Nothing
course.
is
yeah.
what you is not nothing in this life is what you committing suicide. No matter the
Mm,
pressure, no matter the problem, go with the flow while you are seeking solution. Learn to flow with the tides.
I
because
think
it is
somebody, I
that we
think
end.
this word is definitely for somebody.
I agree.
This
I
word, I
It's
agree.
a season that
believe
we end.
strongly, is
So,
definitely for
Valerius,
somebody that is, yeah. It's very important that somebody need to hear this. Very important. That is everything is temporal. The only constant
everything,
thing in, yeah,
good and
everything
bad,
is temporal. Whatever you are
all
saying
of
is
them
temporal.
are
Anything
temporal.
can change all of a sudden. Anything can change. Thank you very much. I
Wow.
hope we are learning. Whatever thing that catches your fancy, please put it in a comment section so that we can know that you are following us, very well. Please put it in a comment section. Whatever one that you are hearing, just put it in the comment section so that we know you are following us. Thank you very much. So let me give okay, Mr. Kashion, you've already started. So give your own the most pivotal lessons you've learned, and what is that lesson?
Oh, so I've learned quite a number of lessons in life, right? Uh, like when we were discussing earlier on, I remember something that whenever you prioritize your life, you will make some selfish decisions. You understand, and they are going to be critical decisions,
Mhm.
right? Uh, uh, I remember there are a couple of these things that I've actually experienced in terms of friendship, in terms of business. You understand? I've made some decisions. I remember there was a time I had to let my best friend go because I had to
Why?
prioritize my life.
Mm.
Yes. My childhood friend that were like 5 and 6. I think I've told you, Pastor Shay, the story before. I don't know. You
Yeah.
understand? Where I needed to just face him head on that come. I feel that this is the way that we need to walk in both of us. And I'm very sure that this road is actually going to lead to a great destiny for us. You understand? I said, but however, if you are not ready to follow the road, I'm not going to force you, but I have to call it a day. You
Mm.
understand? That was when I learned the lesson that come. You have to. And I remember then, we just said, okay, fine, see you later in the future. You understand? So a few years down the line, we met ourselves again. He could see the difference.
Mm.
He could see it. You understand? Okay, so
So
do I
so
want
uh,
to?
so let me ask you. Let me ask you then. How did you get to that point that you were able to prioritize that and say, come on, this
So
is this
you
is the
know,
what
you
what
know.
what what happened? Because people need to know what happened that got you to that point to
So
say from
I,
from this moment.
I think one of the things that people really need to learn or people need to know is that we always say life is a lesson. Life teaches you. Teaches you the things that life taught
Yeah.
you, just like what we are discussing now. You understand? So some of us were privileged to be under some tutelage, and those lessons or those trainings and lectures helped us open our eyes to the opportunities therein, and we know that come in order for me, you understand, because you see, at every point in time in our lives, you understand, there is a time whereby you actually need to build your life. You understand? I usually tell single guys that are not, they don't have, you don't have anything you are doing, you maybe your career is not moving well yet, your business is not moving well yet, and you say you want to go into a relationship. I keep telling them, you don't need a relationship at this time. Face your life first. Do you understand? Face your life, build your life
Mm.
first. You
Mm.
understand? When you build your life, you will know yourself that okay, at this time I can afford it.
Time.
Somebody that cannot feed himself is looking for another person. It's very funny. It's very funny. So I at that point I was learning. At that point I knew that I needed to build my life. You understand? At that point I wasn't ready to lose my friend
Mm.
if it was actually seeing what I am seeing.
So there is an exposure,
Definitely.
from what you previously know before. That means there is an upgrade of knowledge.
Yes, upgrade of knowledge, upgrade of thoughts. When
Yeah,
you know more,
upgrade of
you
thoughts.
think better. You understand? When you know more, you think better and you do better. You understand?
Definitely.
So I was telling him then, bros, let's do it this way, let's do it that way. But it was obviously not seeing what I'm seeing. And that's a one of the major problems that a lot of people have, because you don't want to lose friendship.
Yeah.
You understand? We don't come since we've been friends since childhood. We've been friends since over 10 years. And you know that friendship, that relationship is not doing you any good.
So let's wrap it up with this, so that people will be able to put it in the right perspective. You must be able to know where you are going, and be able to, like, it's still going to go in line with what Pastor Femi said.
Yes.
Put a premium
You have
on your life.
to define that your circle. If you
Define
know where you are going
yourself.
to,
Yeah.
if you know where you are going to, look at your friends, the group of friends you have. You understand?
Yeah.
Are they seeing what you are seeing?
Yeah.
Whenever you sit down to have a discussion, what are you discussing? What are you saying? You understand?
Great. So we're going to come back to this, because we're going to come back to it. I want Mr. Okpelni to please, what is your own water lesson that you've been able to?
Thank you very much. I mean, I'm learning myself. I have my note and
just like me too. I have it
here because there are no discussions that are ordinary. That's one of the things I believe in. And the funniest thing is this: just the same. Likewise, everybody have said. I strongly believe in one thing: you do not have the photocopy of your life. This is the one life that you are going to live. This is the only life you are going to live. And one of the things I have learned in life is that, you see, whether you like it or not, you will have to take tough decisions. Yes, you will have unpleasant conversations. You will go through trials, moments in life that first and foremost you need to tell yourself the truth. I mean, you need to sit yourself down and have a communion with yourself and tell yourself some bitter truth. And have some kind of conversation, because I realize that most of the time a lot of people don't take giant leap because they don't want to do this. And when you don't do this, life in itself will make things like that up. I mean, life in itself will take that tough decision for you. So whether you like it or not, I think that is just the way life has been designed. And I mean, there's this story I always share, and every time. And one of the things, the major lessons I've learned in life is this. I mean, at some point when I was growing up, fortunately, some people might say unfortunately, but I mean, looking back now, I used to say fortunately. I lost my parents very early. I mean, most people know the story. By the age of 6, I had no mother. By the age of 12, I have no father. Those were like, then it looked like it was like a heaven want to fall. But I realized that I believe that God, nature, life created those moments to toughen. I don't know whether we are getting what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Because sometimes life will hit you in manner that you are not expecting.
Definitely.
And they hit you in such a way that they want to toughen you for a particular next level. And I strongly believe in that a lot, because at every point, just like what Pastor Femi said, you see, no matter what you are going through, just a surfer will always ride on the wind of the on the wave. If you try to change it, ride against the wave, you are going to drown. So at
Yes.
every point in time that you are going through those tough moments, tough decisions, tough life, things are happening to you, you have to take, look at the decision Minister Shehu made. For him, he had to cut off a relationship that looks very important, but that relationship is not for the next level. It was not for the next level. It's a baggage for the past. It's of course, it was not going to take him to the future.
So it is a
that's
wisdom, very, very,
a
very
wisdom.
important. It is
Very, very
wisdom
very, very
to
important.
do what do they call it in accounting now? To do
audits
thank you.
of the relationship
That's the word.
around
Audit of your life at every
That
point in
thing
time.
must be done from time to time.
Exactly.
Like I have a friend that every one of you knows, Ebenezer. I remember that there was a time when we were still bachelor, we stay in the same room. It was a face me and face you, so it was one room that both of us rented then. Sometimes we have conversation till 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. You understand? Quality conversations. You understand? We both grew up from as childhood friend. You understand? And there are some of us too that we grew up as childhood friend, but I had to cut them off. Just like Minister Okwe said.
Minister Shehu, please,
Yes,
so that because the next question is actually around relationship. So let me quickly that question so that we eat it at once, so that we will not go back to it. Now, the question is: can you share a personal experience? A personal experience we have learned a valuable lessons about relationship.
I've actually learned a lot of lessons about relationship. In fact, up till recently, my one of my very close friend that we've been we've known ourselves for like almost 10 years now. My business partner in the farm, you understand. But our relationship got closer and got more stronger in the last 3 to 4 years. You understand, when we started doing business more, meeting ourselves more and all that. And you know, one of the shocking things that happened, I was telling somebody he waited for years, you understand, before God blessed him with a child. And I was so surprised. We did a parlor, it was just a parlor this thing. I was the only friend that was invited.
Wow.
Why?
I was the only friend.
So that must be. See, you know why I want us to drop? There must be reason.
Yes, he told me something. He said, "You are always there for people." Pastor has always tell us. You see, one of my friends told me something. He's also a business partner. He told me that does your pastor usually give you maybe one special anointing, maybe one mantle, or there is one secret prophet that you do? So now the guy is being sincere, but I actually learned, you understand, from whatever he's teaching us, that whenever you meet people, make sure that you leave them better than the way you met them. You understand? I have a philosophy in life. You can say that if you say 100 things about me, if you say 99 is bad, you understand? If you can mention one thing that I've done for you that is good, I will take that up. You see, that's one thing. At least I'm able to add value to you in this area. You understand? So I make sure that any relationship that I find myself, you understand, either business relationship, that's why up till now, see, sir, I have people that can entrust anything to me. To be honest with you, you understand, because I developed myself, you understand, to make sure that anybody I meet or any relationship that I find myself in, I must deposit in it, even though if I don't withdraw, I don't think.
If
you understand, I don't deposit.
Please,
I don't deposit to withdraw.
hold on, sir. You know, the issue is the issue I will likely have with all of us is because we are all preachers. So we have to say. So I know that I have a tough work. Now, you made mention of something now that you continue to make deposits, even though you may not withdraw.
Yes.
That is, for me, I think I need to take that up. Because a lot of people, the reason why they are making deposits so that they can withdraw. That's why they will tell you, upon all I've done for you. If they have something, it is a transactional
You
relationship.
know the problem we
Yeah.
have. The problem we have is
So,
that like you said, people always say they always believe that wherever you make deposit, that is where you must make withdrawal.
and it's not
You understand? And
always,
it's not usually so.
it's not, see, it's a small mind thinking
Yes.
to think that wherever you make deposit, that is exactly
Is
where
where
you're
you
going to
must
make
make your
withdrawal.
withdrawal.
Yeah, see, Pastor used to tell us something. One of the wise word of Pastor is that to be nice, as economists think.
Yeah.
You know, just whatever you are doing, just try to make deposit in the life of people, not necessarily make withdrawal. If
Not
withdrawal will
necessarily.
come, it's not going to be you that will initiate it. It
Mm-hmm.
will come on its own. Life has a way of giving us back whatever deposits we've made. But
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lesson from what you said now, that you continue to make deposit, not necessarily want to make withdrawal from that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. I want maybe Femi to. So what about relations? What pivotal lessons have you learned about
Minister
the
Shehu,
lessons you've learned about
based
relationship?
on what you said, let me
Experience
just
learned.
quickly pick from there. By the way, I'm sorry, I had to attend to a call from office.
Yeah.
It's very urgent. That was
Yeah.
why I left the other time.
No problem.
Talking about making deposit without the intention of withdrawing, I think people need to understand this concept about life. We are, at least all the people here with me, we are Christians, and we understand that there's a scripture that says that he that lendeth to the poor, he that lendeth to the poor, lendeth to God. Then he also said in one verse that God will hold no man. In the secular, it is put as this, that the universe holds nobody. Whatever you do for someone, they may not necessarily be able to pay you back. In fact, they may not have the capacity to pay you back. But generally, the universe does not hold anybody. If you carry this mentality, being good, being nice, being kind to people will be the easiest thing for you to do. Because if you don't reap where you sow it, somehow, the harvest will come from some other places. Have people not been good to you for no reason before? If that is the case, then why can't you be good to people for no reason? So when it comes to relationship, I personally believe that, you see, we don't have control over the family we are born into, the relationship that we are born into. We have no capacity over that. But what we do have capacity over are the relationships that we choose to make. And if we are not wise, you see, the relationship we are born into, I see it as a necessity for the fulfillment of our destiny. But the one we choose, I see them as our own doing or undoing. Some people are born into family that add nothing, and they can use that as an excuse for the reason why they cannot amount to anything in life. Some are born into a wealthy family, and that gave them a leverage to become somebody in life. However, you have a second chance to choose another family for yourself in terms of friendship, relationship, even as little as the schools to go to. There are choices you make deliberately to enhance the quality of your life. I think Pastor mentioned this on Sunday, that a quote from somebody that says, if you are surrounded by 5 foolish people, you did not count well. You are the 6th one. And then Charles Jones, I learned this early in life. Charles Jones said in one of his books that you are the same person today that you will be in the next 5 years, except for two things: the books you read and the
And the
people
people.
you meet.
Yeah.
The books you read and the people. So selecting relationship have to be deliberate.
Yeah.
It has
Very, very,
to be done deliberately.
Very, very
You
very,
cannot
very.
important.
have your you can't have your inner circle filled with no future ambition, those who are going nowhere, and you think that you can do anything with your life. It doesn't work that way.
It's a,
You
it's
have an
a,
opportunity to select a group of people that can enhance the quality of your life and
definitely.
So in the process, is networking.
Yeah.
I wanted to say
I
something.
want Minister Okpe, see, because we have
Yeah.
to also be mindful
Yes,
of time.
yes,
I want
yes,
Minister
yes.
Okpe to give his
We
own.
want to hear wisdom. We want to hear wisdom, sir.
Okay, so one of the things that I've learned in life is that we all have to just be deliberate about our relationship. But number one thing is that we need to recognize that we are first and foremost created wholly. What I mean, that's as a whole, right? However, we need people. But one of the things that we now need to pay attention to is the fact that our need for people can also be our limitation for growth.
Can you repeat that again? Repeat that again, please.
So let me repeat it. Number one is that we need to recognize the fact that our relationship, everything has to be deliberate, right? We need to recognize that we are a whole. We are a whole as a human being. Nobody came with this word. Even twins did not come together. They came one by one, right? In as much as we need people, our need for people too can also be our limitation for growth. And I'll just explain with this very simple logic. We are all married here. We all have, in fact, some of our wives
Okay,
are.
we are be.
Yes, as in we in this, the four of us, we are married. I mean, of course, there are some people that are on this conversation with us that are not married. We all know that there are things that our wives have better capacity to do than us. And at some point in time, you think that you are going to learn, you are going to catch up. But you just realize that it's like the more you spend in the marriage, the less you even know about, the least, I mean, you are not even catching up at all. There are things like that. And there are things, there are people that are close to great men. They will tell you that they know this person, they can even call this person. But that relationship is not adding any value to them in any way at all. And that same relationship, probably, I've had a privilege of such encounter before, that I met somebody and what I was able to benefit from that person in less than 48 hours, somebody that has been staying with that person for almost 20 years will not get the benefit. I don't know whether we understand that. We've had that experiences over and over again. So there are possibilities that there are some relationships that are even burdensome. I've had the experience of someone that was not a stammerer. I had this story. I can't remember where I got the story from.
I think
Just because he hangs around.
Sorry. I think that it's two divides. Side by side, I think that it's making okay. I don't know. Maybe there's a two divide with any one of us. Could be that reason. I don't know if I'm the only one hearing it.
Yeah,
No. I'm hearing the sound from my end.
Okay, it could be a two device that's side by side and the same thing that's making. I don't know if it's the same anyway. Yeah, it's echoing. Maybe let me check his device first. Okay. So please, you can continue, please.
So just to round up my thoughts. So there are people we move around with. I've had a story of somebody that was he was not a stammerer. He started moving with people that stammer, and all of a sudden he became a stammerer. The same way you move with people that make money, and he started making money. So that's how powerful relationship is. And I don't so at every point in time, where we are going, we need to deliberately meet people, create relationship that will take us to where we are going. And I think that is very, 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 very important. Let me use my mic to know where.
I think
Okay.
Okay, I think it's better now.
No, it's still, we are still hearing
making
you.
up.
I think Pastor Femi probably should check his.
Maybe Pastor Femi should just check his device. Pastor Femi, can you check your device? There's a noise that. Yeah, I can hear you. Do you have two devices?
Yes, but I've taken the other one out. It just hung and it's not responding again. So I took it out.
Okay. Maybe
Is there anybody close to you there that is listening again?
You said?
Okay, it has stopped now. Oh,
Okay.
Is it still making noise?
Okay.
Can we do it this way?
Can we mute
Whoever is
our
not talking should mute.
mics? Can we mute our mics so that if you are talking, you unmute your mic, then we talk. Let's look at it that way. Okay. Oh, good. I think we have very. Thank you very much. All right. So okay. So because of time, let me quickly go to our personal questions, and maybe let me start with Minister Okpe. Yeah. I realized that because you're my friend, so I realized that when you finish school, when you finish university, and you wanted to choose what you want to do with your life, you got to a particular junction where you feel that, okay, this time around, I need to make a tough decisions. I need to decide what to do, where to walk, how to go about it. And then I'm sure it's actually a tough decision that you were at that particular time. But please, I want you to share more light. Now, this is the question. Now, what advice will you give to someone struggling to find what to do with their life? Because I know that particular time could be a struggle.
Yes.
You don't really know where to go, but you choose the route that is uncommon. You understand? That is underrated. That is, if we are to put it in perspective, people can tell you that you are not wise. Why did you make this decision? Please, I want to share light on that so that we will be able to help someone, listening to us tonight. Okay.
Thank you very much. One of the things, just the follow up to the life lessons we've learned, one of the things I do is that anytime I want to take a decision, number one, I check that, okay, is this thing in line with God's purpose? That convention must be there. I mean, His will must be done at every point in time. As soon as it's in line with God's purpose, I seek counsel. I seek counsel. And as soon as I seek counsel from the people that I respect, and I don't just seek counsel from people that are above me, even in fact, most of the time, people that are on my level, because most of the time, when people are on your level, they have a third alternative. There's a way they see you that they are seeing it from your own lenses too. So they help you to see it in another dimension. Most of like we are having this discussion right now. We are seeking counsel from each other. And it's either we know it or we don't know it. We're actually seeking counsel from each other.
Yeah.
So I seek from people above me. I seek from people on my level, in quotes, and I seek from people too that are more or less like looking up to me too. Because you mix all this together, you'll be able to get a wise counsel because people are seeing it from different perspectives and all of that. And as soon as I do that, I go all out. And I'll share a very, very interesting experience. I keep sharing this because at the end of the day, whether you take the decision by yourself or somebody takes the decision for you, you are the one that will still live the life. Whether they marry for you, you marry for yourself, you are still the one that will take the decision. You are the one, it's your life.
Yeah.
I mean, you are still going to live that life. Nobody will help anybody. Husband cannot help a wife to live their life. Wife cannot help husband to live their life. The life is still yours. You are the owner of the life. I remember then, when I finished school, I was already convinced that this is what I wanted to do with my life. And this is how I want to live my life. I know the software of the people that were surrounding me. I know that this software, this type of life I want to live, cannot fly with them. And I took a decision. I started my journey sometimes in 2011, this entrepreneurship journey and all of those things. None of them, not until when I wanted to get married in 2015, none of them even knew what I was doing. Nobody in my family knew. Because I know that it was an idea that was not going to fly with them. So instead of having that conversation, I faced it head on. It was a very tough one, right? It was
So
a very,
that
very
means,
tough one.
sorry, please. That means that our decisions we're going to take,
Yeah.
that we shouldn't subject it to certain people. We have to
Certain
be
people,
wise
yes.
enough to know, okay, this decision I want to make, I do not need to explain, because there is no explanation we're going to make that will make sense in an actual sense. Well, thank you for that. Please, you can continue.
So you have to be wise enough to know that you are the one that will still face the consequence. So if you are going to face the consequence, why don't you leave the decision? Why don't you be the one to take the decision? But note what I said initially, after taking counsel. So don't use stubbornness. Don't use stubbornness to go and take one foolish decision. And you enter problem and you are not calling family. So that's very, very important. And anytime I look back at that decision and I look at the alternative, I just thank God that was the decision I took. Yeah.
Can you be more explicit?
Okay.
What was the decision? So how did you come to the point that you know that that decision is the right decision for you? I know you say counsel,
Yes.
but what happened at the back end that made you get to that?
Okay, so
and make sure, please tell us the decision so that people that want to also read this will be able to. This is what the you are talking about.
So I will share. In the early days of Royalty, there's something we usually do. Tuesday Success Summit or something like that. I think Tuesday, yes, every Tuesday.
Yeah.
So while I was in school, then I used to attend those things, and most of the life and the stories. We usually read books, stories about people. At those points in time, I already knew that. My immediate other brother was working in bank. My oldest brother was working in bank. All these people were like career people, bank people. And I noticed that the stories that were being shared were not stories of people that worked in bank, that will leave home in the morning, come back at night. They were making money, but they were not living. That was just the truth. They were making money. We were the one living. We were the one, we were the one enjoying the money. And I just realized, I said, no, I don't want to live my life this way. A lot of people, I don't think I've ever even shared this publicly before. I always shared it but I'll share it today. As at the time I joined real estate, I had Oceanic Bank and Wema Bank offer on my table. For those that knew banking then, I was talking about October 2012. I had those offers on my table. But in fact, one, I didn't even open the letter at all. I didn't even open the letter to tell you that I was too I didn't even open the letter. I was too focused. I think that was the word. I was too focused. And I remembered going to meet. That's why you see, counsel is very important. I went to meet Pastor then. I think those are the few moments I've gone to meet him. That very particular day, before going for service, I went to meet him. This is what I want. Even before I went for service, I already knew what I wanted to do with my life. That this is what I wanted to do. And he encouraged me. In fact, why I went to meet him then was I told him I was not going to serve. That pastor, you didn't serve now. So I just wanted to go and live my life. It's like a fire was inside my bone, That pastor, you didn't serve, and God is using you. So why must I serve and all of those things? And he encouraged me. So I went to do 3 weeks orientation camp. I redeployed back to Lagos so I can face this thing. So immediately after service and all of those things, I went to meet him, and he told me, he more or less like I don't know whether he can still even remember some of the things he told me then. He more or less like, see, if you follow this person, this person, this person. One of such people he told me to follow was Robert Kiyosaki. In fact, he said, if you can pattern whatever you want to do according to this person, he said, at the beginning, it will be tough. It will look like some of, I think I told him about some of the offers I got and all of those things. He said, those that took those offers, it will be tough. And because at that point in time, I did not have any experience about entrepreneurship, about marketing, about anything. So I needed to join an upcoming company. That, okay, at least in this company, I was I think, third staff or thereabout. So it was very young. The company started in May. I joined in December. So it was more or less like, in fact, less technically, the company started in December, but it started in May, right? So at that point in time, it was very, very tough. Because it was tough, that was the reason why I can't carry my family members along. It was almost impossible for me to go and tell them that at that time, I think one of the offers was already giving me, that was 12 years ago, was giving me over 130,000 naira per month salary. As in 130,000. That was 12 years ago. That was the offer I turned down. And I went to pick up a job that there was no salary. It is whatever you produced that you had. I mean, I just knew that it must take a mad person to believe in such dreams. So there are quite a number of people I just have to eliminate from that discussion. And for me, the word that kept me going was that, see, it's only fools that doubt proofs. So as soon as they see the proof, they will they will understand.
Thank you so much for at least telling our audience to know the decision you took and how. Yeah. But if you have to talk about where you are currently, I don't know. You cannot use even the back. Of course, even the back managers. We have to line up behind you. Thank you very much for that. Folake, sons of the prophet. Yeah, you are correct. We are sons of the prophet, and we are prophesying now. Okay, so let me go to Pastor Femi. What strategies did you employ to continuously learn and grow from your experience in life? Did you get the question? Pastor Femi, did you get the question?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I got you. But I wouldn't mind if you can repeat the question.
Okay, I said, what strategies did you employ to continuously learn and grow from your experience in life or your experiences in life?
Strategy. Okay. We've been talking about learning and growing since we started, as it were. There is no strategy other than when something happens, and whether you understand it or not, you glean out what is the lesson that you are supposed to pick from it. I personally believe that no student is worthy of promotion until they have passed the last test. They will not say because you are 13 years old and you have been primary 2 for so long, you can go to primary 3. Nobody is 13 years old that is in primary 2 again. They don't say that. You have to pass the exam or pass the test before you are allowed to move to the next phase. Now, anytime I have an experience, pleasant or unpleasant, the first question I ask myself is, what is it that I'm supposed to pick out of this experience? Because if I fail to pick whatever lesson I'm supposed to pick from that experience, then that experience is bound to be repeated. Why do people rewrite examinations? Because they did not pass. And how do we know you pass? Is by, picking the necessary lessons out of that experience. If you have not picked the lessons, then the experience will have to repeat itself.
Mm.
So when anything happens, either good or bad, I glean out all the circumstances surrounding it, check all the experience together, then look at what lesson is here for me to pick. When you pick that lesson, the truth is this: you saw, you have passed that stage. You are qualified to move to the next level. But until you pass and pick the necessary lesson, you are not qualified to move to the next level.
Mm.
And talking about the methodology that I adopt, of course, I read a lot.
Mm. Mm.
Minister Okpe is here, was telling us, I think it should be like last week, Wednesday, or 2 Wednesdays ago, that what we are seeing currently in Nigeria, as it were, is not new.
Mm.
But do you know that a lot of people don't know that this thing is not new?
Mm.
So it meets them unaware, it meets them with shock. But a student of history know that something like this has happened before. It's true, dollar has never been 1,200 in Nigeria. Talk less of now being close to 2,000 naira. It has never been. But if we check 1993, 1992, 1994, the percentage by which dollar jumped compared to naira, right now we've not reached that percentage. Even at 2,000 naira per naira, per dollar, we have not matched that percentage. So we can actually say that we have had it worse in history. And people who scaled through that season, people survived that season. In fact, it was calling our attention to the fact that a lot of organizations in Nigeria, multi-billion dollar organizations, they actually came to being that season. And if they had a strategy to use that made them scale through, all we need to do is to go back to that experience, clean out whatever those people made use, and then use it to rise in our own days. So when anything happens, go to drawing board and learn. During the era of COVID too, we are all saying we've never seen this before. But there is a man who said, when he searched history, he discovered that something like this actually happened about 100 years ago. And a professor has done an extensive writing on it that is for sale. And he paid some dollars to acquire that resource material and check what the people do 100 years ago that made them overcome this tough season. And if you talk about those who made money during COVID, Minister Okpe is here. He happened to be one of the students of this man. This man was confidently making about $5 million every month in COVID. Why? He learned from experience. He read. Please, if you are going through any problem, to say there is no situation that has overtaken you that is not common to man. It has happened somewhere before.
Exactly.
Ecclesiastes, there is nothing that is new under the heaven. He even said what shall be has already been. So whatever you are going through, whatever your experience is, sit down, get resources, and check when this happened to people in the past, how did they navigate? How did they go through? So my method is to continuously learn. I love books. I read books. I don't read books to preach. I don't read books to teach. I read books for my personal life. And I'm getting the value for it. That is my methodology.
Thank you so very much. It's very important, truly. The two strategies you said is first of all, is to look at the situation. Pick something from it. Pick something from that lesson, from that struggle, from the pain. You have to pick out something, because the moment you pick out something, like a story we heard sometimes ago, that somebody was trying to experience hunger in such a way that he had to put it in a book. Describe hunger. Okay, who can describe hunger than the person who experienced hunger? All shades of hunger. And that book sold. And from that book, it became somebody in life. It was a best-selling book. And from that pain, something came out of it. And also, you talk about books. You cannot overemphasize it, because whatever you do not know can kill you. Whatever you do not know can kill you. You would think that It's not common. It is common. There is nothing. It is common. It's just that you are not being exposed to it. You've not been exposed to it. Like the Bible was talking about the sons of Issachar. The Bible said they were men that understand times and seasons, and they know what Israel ought to. They know. They capture them that they know. So how do they know? They've learned. So what you have not read, what you have not learned, there's no way you can be master of it. Thank you so much for sharing that experience. Let me quickly go to Minister Shehu very quickly. Now, the question I want to ask you, I know that there are many things you've done. You've been into paid employment to learn certain things. There was a time you just left paid employment, just like that, just to start your own organization. It was risky because where you are working, you are assured of a particular amount of money that you are collecting, which can be enough. So now, and even while scaling up your business, you've taken a lot of risk, because we discussed a lot. We've taken a lot of risk. So the question I want to ask you, can you discuss a time when taking risk led to a valuable lessons or personal growth?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I've had some couple of risks that I have taken, and obviously there are some that you know. Remember the time I went to use my Corolla to get a loan from bank? So, funny as it is, some people will just should be like loan, you will pay back and all that. It's not that I didn't pay back, but at the end of the day, the business really, everything messed up.
Yeah.
And I lost a lot of money. This was maybe 2018 thereabout.
Yeah.
So imagine 2018, you losing a lot of money. The value, that it's so deep. And I remember that made the client then blacklisted us. The client blacklisted us for 2 years. Do you understand? This is the client. They were like, it's a big fish then. You understand? And we just add them on board. So you are like, okay, maybe for instance now you just got MTN on board as your client. You know what that means for you. Do you understand? And at the end of the day, you just did first transaction, and maybe at your second or third transaction, something now happened and they now blacklisted you. You know what that means? Something that people that you already think that if you can do business consistently with, you understand, you will know where your business will get to in the next couple of months or some few quarters ahead, right? So we lost a lot of money, and it was a double blow, because in fact it was triple. We lost money, we lost the client. You understand? Even the vendor did whatever it needs to do. He messed up everything and all that. But you see, when the whole thing happened, I sat down and I evaluate, and I now understand or understood what they say, that customer comes first. Do you understand? Because a lot of the time people just use that word, customer comes first. So what was the lesson I learned in that whole thing is, I learned that when the whole thing happened, I could have salvaged the situation by getting them a replacement almost immediately, and later face my vendor. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I should have, first of all, settle your customer, because that is where money is coming from. You understand? Settle them. After you have settled them and they are fine, then you can now face your vendor. If you want to take yourself to police station, carry yourself to police station. You understand? And you know that at least that account, you are able to save that account. You understand? But I didn't do that then because I did not know. You understand? I was having a conversation with my wife, was it last night or this morning? And I told her that, see, it is not everything you tell children 100% that they will do.
True.
You understand? I think I had that conversation with you too when we were discussing yesterday
Yeah.
or so,
Yes.
Pastor Shea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Train your children that, oh, don't touch this, don't touch that, do this, do that, do this, do that. There are some that you said they should not touch that they will touch.
They will touch. They want to
You
learn now.
understand? There are some that you tell them to do that they won't do. You understand? So you cannot 100% get it right every time. Do you understand? So I learned that, and I thank God that my team now, because as at then I think it was only me that was running the show, but my team now understands that whenever anything happens, customer comes first. Oh, the vendor has misbehaved. Leave the vendor. Let's go to another vendor. You understand? If it will take us to go and borrow another money from elsewhere, if we don't have money on ground, let's go and borrow money and sort out this client. And once you finish sorting them out, then you can now go back to the old vendor that messed up the old this thing and do whatever you want to do. If you want to box yourself, box yourself. You understand? That I learned something very critical, very, very, very important. Now, thinking about my migration from paid employment to owning my own business, many people don't know, and I said that one day we are going to share it. I will not let the cat out of the bag now. This vision did not start 10 years ago. You understand? The name, the everything, you know, Bible says, write the vision, make it plain upon tablet, that you who raised it may run with it. You understand? Everything was documented down. You understand? This was immediately I finished my training as a computer engineer. Because as at then, okay, now these are some of the mistakes some people make. As at then, when I finished, I wanted to start my own immediately. You understand? When I finished my training, I worked with my boss for like maybe another 1 year, not paying me. It gives you whatever comes in and all that you get. So after that time, I graduated and I left him, and I already did my distance. I did my first AMBIL, and I went to Allen Roundabout, and I was sharing bills. You understand? We sell computers, we repair, we do this, we do that. Come and patronize us inside the traffic. You understand? The CEO of the organization. You know, funny enough, not one person called us. Not one called. Not one. Nobody called. So I sat down and I felt that, see, the best thing for you to do is to get a job. Do you understand? So one of the critical things I keep telling people is that make sure that God is in your journey. You understand? When God is in your journey, even if it seems tough at that point, you know it is God that is taking you through it. You understand? You will know. The Bible said it now, even though I pass through the valley of the shadow of death, you will pass through it. Financially, in business, in career, in whatever, there is a season where you will pass through that will not be palatable. It will not be convenient. Like that season, we lost money. We lost a lot of money. It wasn't convenient. That was the first time in my life that I would go to anywhere to borrow money. I have never gone anywhere before to borrow money before then. You understand? And I have to put down my most valuable asset. You understand? No, that's the truth. That is the truth. You get so at the end of the day.
I remember driving to that place.
Yes.
I remember that and
you
we
understand?
and they asked me we want to drop that. I was just thinking at the guy, is that the way we're going to lose this car?
So at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, I went to now pick up a paid employment, 15,000 naira per month. You understand?
My goodness.
But you know one thing, because I knew that I'm not
Here
about the
to collect
salary.
good money.
You
Yeah.
understand? I was just watching. My eyes was directly at the owner of the business owner, how he makes decisions, what are the things he was doing, what are the things he was doing. And that is why I said, I mentioned something. Make sure that God is in your journey. When my time was up, I knew. In that place, I knew when my time was up. Now, I now picked up another job at Surulere, and I was living at Abulegba then. And it was a 40,000 naira job.
Wow.
Yes. I was making more than that 40,000 in Computer Village. Because I had people coming. I could make my salary twice my salary in a day. I was making money in Computer Village. But I went there in search of knowledge.
Which is very important. Very, very important.
When the HR called me, she did not market, we'll give you this, we'll give you that, we'll give you. No. The only thing she kept telling me is that you would be exposed here, you will go on trainings here, you will know this here, you will know that here, all those things. And that was what caught my attention. And I said, no problem, I'm coming. That my boss, when I resumed, my supervisor, one day called me, said, she will tell me the truth. You did not join this place because of the salary. I laughed. I said, why did you say so? He said, because I know that in Computer Village you'll be making more money than here, because there is no money here other than your salary. And to be honest, there was none. But, and my journey through paid employment, I never for once go to the HR to complain about salary. Throughout
because
my years,
your mission, you have a very clear objective.
Do you not know the shocking thing? Do you not know the shocking thing? Out of those about almost 8 or 10 years that I used to work and paid this thing, they did not increase my salary once.
Imagine.
People complain. People
and you do not complain.
Me. People go to the HR to go and complain, hey, blah blah blah. But you see, that business side just kept coming on. And when I got to the second place, my eyes was wide open. That was when I knew that what I was doing in Computer Village was a child's play.
Wow.
And I got there, I did all my analysis and this thing, and I started putting things together, putting things in place. And I started telling my colleagues that if I leave this place, either I resign or they said my service is no longer needed, I am not going to look for a job any longer. That I'm ready to start my own. You understand? You know why? I have gathered not just the technical knowledge alone, I have also gathered the business knowledge. So some people have the technical knowledge. You understand? But they don't know that it's just like an average mechanic. A lot of mechanics don't know how to do business. They would rather
they have the
Alaba,
technical knowledge, but not the business.
They would
which
rather
is
go to
important.
market every day to go and buy plug of 3,000 naira. You understand? So that was how I transitioned, and those were how I escaped some challenges, and there are some that I have to learn personally. Don't let us.
Thank you so much for that.
Personally,
yeah. Thank you so much for that experience, and I think people need to realize it, because there is a technical side of the business and there is business of the business. So I think if you don't get that, you may go and do your master in business admin. They will collect thousands of money from you, and that's what we're going to teach you.
Yeah.
There is a technical side.
You might still not get it.
You might still not get it. You might still not get it. Whatever you can say you are doing, there is a technical side of it. There is a business side of it. It is the business side of it that will give you more money. So it is not enough to be skilled in that thing. You must also know the business of that thing you are doing. So if you need more explanation, maybe you will like to see these men. They will be able to put it through. But I want to say a big thank you now, because we don't even know that we have spent more than 1 hour. Fully.
Yeah.
More than 1 hour 15 minutes, and I was just taking the time now, just looking at wow. So we spend this much time. Now it's because we're just flowing. We can be here for 5 hours and we not even know that we are. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this again. We're going to do this again because we actually need to learn a lot of things, life lessons that we've been able to learn. People will be able to pick up one thing or the other. But I want to say a big thank you. Now, just our like a parting words that we want to I want you to share with people. Now, what is that thing that you want to put out there for people? Maybe in just 2 minutes. What is that thing that now put in perspective the current economy, put in perspective a lot of vices that has to do with our generation. Just give a wisdom, for somebody listening, most especially people of our generation, and then you'll be able to that something you feel that it's a core thing to you that you want to pass across. Just in 2 minutes. You can.
Wow, thank you so much. It's really been an awesome time this evening. I've really enjoyed myself. I've taken note, I've learned. So one of the things I would like everybody to take away is the fact that what took your father 60 years, I think it's foolishness for you to want to achieve this in 6 days. And yeah, because I see that a lot in this generation. I understand the place of favor, I understand the place of miracle, I understand, but the same Bible talks about time and chance. The same God created a plant and created a system of photosynthesis that will make the plant to keep growing. Right?
Yeah.
It will receive sunlight and sustain. So, where I'm actually going is this. Everything meaningful in life goes through a process. I mean, everything that we have shared today is all about processes. And you need to understand that anybody that jumps up, if you jump up now, if we all do jumping up now, we are still all coming down. You can jump up and touch the ceiling. We are coming down.
Yeah.
But if we grow or climb up, there's tendency that we will stay up.
Definitely.
So let's follow the process. That process is very, very important. It might look like the journey is very far. Some people are ahead of you. There's nothing like that. Somebody's ahead of you in life.
There's nothing like that.
There's nothing like that. Somebody achieve it before you achieve it. There's nothing like that. The only thing is that one of my friends used to say something, said, what you have done is that you have achieved the latest version of it.
That is it. That is it.
You have achieved the latest version.
So process is very key. Just like God, it's possible for God because God is all powerful.
Yeah.
He could have created the whole world, everything that
Just like
in the first day he created one, in the second day till the sixth day, he could have just spoke it out like that, and everything he has done in 6 days can come in 1 minute. Or it took his time just to teach us that life is about process. Like somebody was rightly put it, that the first Adam was created just like this. That's why he messed up. But the last Adam, he had to subject the last Adam, which is Jesus. So a process. He had to be pregnant of. He has to be born. He has to teach. He has to go through the normal process. That's why the Bible says we do not have an high priest who cannot be touched with the feelings of our infirmity. Thank you very much for putting that there. If we don't put that, I think we've not done justice. Life is process. You have started, but just continue the process. You will end there. Thank you very much. Pastor Femi, your parting word, please.
Thank you very much for this fellowship. I really, really appreciate it. Minister Ope, God bless you for that word. the parting word. Actually, I feel like this meeting should not end, to be sincere. I feel like it should
Yes,
not end.
bro.
I have all the time now to continue this fellowship. But
You
we
come
have
back.
to do it anyway. The departing word, I'm going to, I think, I'm going to say, please don't harbor bitterness in your heart. Learn to forgive. It is no good. It has been said that unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. The person that drinks that will die. Now, this is not a time that you can afford to fall sick, right?
Not at all.
And it has been discovered that most sickness have their root in bitterness, in unforgiveness. So if you have any issue in your heart with anyone, please find a way to resolve it, to maintain a good health. I have a principle I've engaged for many, many years now, and it works for me. And the principle is this: when I wake up and I'm praying in the morning, right, I always, part of my prayer is, Father, I forgive those who will offend me today. Now, you have not offended me, but you are forgiving once. So I find it difficult to be offended. It's almost impossible for me to be offended. And that has contributed greatly to my health. For 22 years or thereabout now, I have not been sick. And this is a season nobody can afford to be sick. You know what drug money is saying. You don't want to be buying drug. So please, don't harbor bitterness. Don't harbor envy. Don't harbor malice. Don't harbor hatred. Forgive and let God take over your fight wherever you have been wrongfully, wronged, or you have been offended, or you have been maligned. Allow God to do your fighting.
So this could be, thank you very much for that word, because this could be a deliverance for somebody. It could be the only thing somebody just needs to hear is forgiveness. Just forgive whoever has wronged you, because if you don't forgive someone, it's like you have licensed the person to keep hurting you. You just license that person. Whatever the person may be, you keep blaming the person. You have licensed that person that you have the right to hurt me, and nobody has the right to somebody is not paying rent. It's not paying rent in your life, and you are having the person
living there for
it's not, the person is not paying rent now. Why are you keeping that person in your heart? So stop. It could be somebody that just need to hear this, that what you need to hear is to forgive. And not just forgive people, forgive yourself. Forgive those decisions, wrong decisions you've made that have landed you, quote unquote, to where you are. It's not that it's landed you, you have just paid for a lesson. You just paid for a lesson. You just paid for a lesson. Yeah, you just pay for it. So still that way, forgive yourself, forgive people, forgive. Don't be jealous of anybody. Just do your thing. Just do your thing. Follow the process as Mr. Prayer said. And I believe that you are going to. Thank you very much for highlighting that. It's very important. I don't know, Minister Kim, maybe the network is not
Sincere apologies.
working.
Sincere apologies. NEPA took the light in the office, and I can't see the
It's all right. So no problem. So we'll just call it a day, but a very good thank you to you all. You guys are my covenant brothers and my covenant friends. Thank you for that years of investment we've invested in ourselves. We're going to do this again just to help people, the platforms that will help people to learn. Thank you so very much for that time. I really love you. I love you. I love you. No, I love you so much. and I'm super proud of what God is doing in your life. God bless
Glory be to
you.
God.
Thank you, and thank you for all those people
Thank
who
you,
have
man of
joined
God,
us
for listening.
since we started. Thank you very much for staying tuned. I'm going to put this back on my page so that you can go back and watch and pick up those lessons where you've not made some point. Pick it up, and if you have a question, please you can write us. I'll be able to direct it to anyone that you directed the question to. I'll be able to answer you and come back to give you that feedback. God bless you. Thank you all for joining. I
Bye.
appreciate you. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.